Welcome back. Now, we're still discussing the Kaduna drone strike incident at Tudunbiri community now in Kaduna State, northwest Nigeria. Joining me on the show right now is retired Group Captain Sadiq Garba Shehu, who is a private security consultant and expert trainer, collateral damage and rules of engagement. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us on the program. Help us to understand as a retired senior Air Force personnel and someone who is involved in collateral damage and rules of engagement. Now, help us to understand what could have happened in this situation.
Well, first, in this very somber moment, I always like to start with commiserating with the people that lost lives, property, and probably limbs. I also sympathize with the Nigerian armed forces as a whole, because I know this is a very difficult duty. You do 100 strikes, you get 99, the 99 you got will not appear in the news. It's the 100th one that you missed that unfortunately that will get into the news. So I commiserate with them that now everybody is after the Nigerian military. How did we get it wrong? Having said that, as somebody who teaches rules of engagement, collateral damage and targeting, not only in Nigeria but for other armed forces in other countries, whenever collateral damage incident happens, there must have been something that did go wrong. Either procedures were not followed, or there was insufficient training on certain aspects of the attack, or even the medium, that is the platform that was used, was the wrong one for the wrong target, or the armament, because when you are attacking from the air, for example, you have a choice to either use bomb or missiles or other arsenals that you can drop. So for each target, you select one. In this particular incident, I can only project from what I heard from the armed forces and also from the citizens. With due respect, I am probably among the first people to get the report of this incident when it happened. I had people, I think, as early as 8:50 a.m. Somebody called me from Kaduna. And by inquiry said that at that time, most people don't even know that has happened. So, like I said, from what we heard, is that the military was pursuing or suspecting that some bandits had entered into that community. And for that reason, they went after them. But unfortunately, it was villagers they got. And as they say, the rest is history. So looking at it practically from teaching point of view, when a military force receives an information first, we have not gotten to intelligence. Because for us, there's difference between information and intelligence. Somebody says, whether it's a member of the community, that there are bandits in our community or there are terrorists in our community. To the military man, this is just information.
Okay.
It's raw information.
Okay.
Now it is the work of the intelligence personnel. There's what is called processing. They will process that information, looking at various variables. The Mr. A who sent information, is it somebody that we know in the past? What is his history of giving good information and false information? What is even the probability of that information based on what we know? The area where bandits were sighted, is it an area that previously we know bandits are there? All these things will do. And also, you have to corroborate with other sources. That is, if you don't do that, that is the accident has started happening from the time you receive that information and you don't process it. And even when you process the information, after processing the information, assuming you did that, you confirm even from other multiple sources that yes, indeed, there were bandits there, then you start preparing for your attack. As a hypothesis, maybe you received the information 10 o'clock. You start your preparation by 11, you are ready to launch attack. Now, between that 10 and 11, the teaching tells you that even though the information was right, assuming it was right, from that 1 hour gap, the information could have changed. So as you are going to the place of attack, you continually updating that information until you reach your target. and before you drop your this thing, you confirm for the last time that what I was told, is it still there? Why am I saying? Such situations are very dynamic. Things can change. Bandits could be inside a village at 10 o'clock, but by the time you prepare and go 11 o'clock, they are not there.
Not there.
Only villagers are there. That is one issue of intelligence. The second issue that will come to your mind in targeting, there's what you call proportionality. Tudumbiri, a well-planned military force would have known that there is a settlement called Tudumbiri. In fact, you have an idea what is the rough population of that village. I don't know, but I assuming it is a village of 5,000 people. You receive information that bandits numbering 10 or even 100 have entered into the village. You do a proportionality estimate. If I go into the village after those 100 bandits in a population that I have 5,000 people, it is like profit and loss.
I see.
Supposing I kill all the bandits and I kill all the people there, would you call that operation a success? So that is another calculation you have to do. So sometimes when you do the calculation and you arrive that even if I kill the bandits, the consequences will be far worse than leaving the bandit. You leave the bandits. Or maybe you use grand operation.
Now,
that is
sorry
the
to
issue
interject.
of proportionality.
Sorry to interject, sir. Could
Go ahead.
this then explain sometimes why you hear people say, oh, we called on the military to intervene, at least to come and drop a bomb, that bandits are attacking our community, and nothing happened. Could this explain some of the reasons why we see situations as that?
It could be. What I am telling you, this is the training, this is the ideal. So for a well-trained pilot or a well-trained operator of a drone, these things are automatic. This proportionality calculation. Because like I said, if you tell the people that I've killed the 10 bandits, but in the process I've killed 100 people, definitely it's a no-go. The other issue you have to look at is the issue of taking all feasible precautions. All feasible precautions sometimes, for example, if the place you are going to hit is near a primary school, feasible precaution will say if I attack in the morning or in the afternoon, there are children in the primary school. Why don't I leave this thing till in the night? That's another precaution. If the place is near a market holds normally in the afternoon. So all these things are there. And in the case of this particular village, again, like I said, when a military force deploys in an area, there's what we call situational awareness. You are supposed to know the area by heart, marked on your map. Where is the hospital? Where is the market? Where is the primary school? Including what we call pattern of life. From what I had the people saying, and I want to believe this information is there with either the police or the DSS that are there. They say this issue of Maulud celebration is a yearly event. It's one of the information that a well-prepared military force should have at their mind. What does it mean? If it is a Christian community, you would expect that during Christmas, having people converge is not something abnormal. So that should warn you. For these people, they said this their Maulud, it's something they do almost every year. So with due respect, even though while I'm doing this, you see, we as analysts, we have one advantage. I am sitting here in the comfort of my room and analyzing what should have been done.
Yes.
Probably the person that carried that operation did not have that time. Yes, but hindsight. But all the same, this is the training we give on rules of engagement and targeting. You have to follow these things. Knowing that this is a village, that a particular time of the year they do night distance, would have warned somebody who is thinking of attack. Okay, the man who gave us raw information, he said bandits are there. But we have this information which says at this particular time of the year, this village, they always hold this religious celebration. So probably they are not this thing. And like I said, when you arrive at the target, you have to confirm the person is a drone this time. The advantage that drone has over a manned aircraft, a manned aircraft might say he's in a hurry because he has fuel. Maybe the fuel will only last him 1 hour. The drone man has more advantage. Why do I so? This particular drone, which the army used, is a Turkish drone. It can stay in the air for 27 hours. So that means if, assuming I'm the one carrying out the attack, I come overhead, I will go down. Going down will reveal so many things. You get the point? You will see that in that crowd probably there are children, there are women. If you go down enough, depending on the quality of the cameras on that drone, because I want people to understand the drone has onboard cameras or sensors that will tell you, but there are different sensors of different qualities. The highest quality of a sensor that drone will use will tell you this is a Peugeot 504. You can even see the plate number. That is the highest. And when I'm saying this, please understand, I am not saying that is the quality of sensor that is on this particular drone.
Absolutely.
But what is available in the market, there is a drone that even if somebody has a tribal mark, it will show you. It will show you the color of the shoes that the man is going. So with that, and with the fact that you have almost 24 hours to stay overhead, the controller of the drone has enough time to really go down, especially with the fact as you go down, nobody is shooting at you. So that means you can go as down as possible. If that has been done, probably we will not be speaking much of this English. Now, what I did in the last 2-3 minutes is to tell you how an attack is supposed to be planned from the time you receive information, which you don't know whether it is true, the process you go to confirm the information is there. You take up your aircraft, you continue checking all the way, you arrive at the target, you also check, especially as you are using a drone. You are not under the issue that my fuel is going to finish. You stay there and check. Then when you are sure at the last minute, you will launch your weapon. Now, with regards to collateral damage, there's what you call law of war. Law of war does not say that all attacks must not have collateral damage. But what the law of war frowns against is accepting that, look, collateral damage is automatic. Whenever we're operating, we have to have collateral damage. Law of war does not accept that. Law of war also insists that you take all these processes that I said before you launch your attack. Because if you do that, you have caught by 95% the chances that you are going to have collateral damage. So now we have to go back to what we heard from the military guys, that they received information, the bandits were there, they came. I will not go into conjecture whether all these processes I said were done. But I gave you as a trainer on these things. I've also even offered training on the Nigerian Army on this thing. What is supposed to be done? What is inside the books of the Nigerian Army? This is how an attack is supposed to be planned and executed.
Could we say this might just be a case of, the information received at the time wasn't correct, that probably that the military was basically misinformed?
If you ask me my honest opinion, I think that is what happened. And not only that happened, from my line of profession, not only this attack, I can assure you that all the collateral damages we have, the ones by the Air Force, this one is by the Army. All the ones that happened with the Air Force, from the run in 2017 January, where over 300 people, to the latest before this one, the one that happened in Nasarawa State, where some 49 cattle, merchants were killed. Each of these is when they happen. As my own personal interest in my work, I go and check what happened. And invariably, the thing that happened in Birni is the same thing that happened in other places. Somebody gives information, we have seen bandits, or we have seen terrorists, and then without processing that information, an attack is launched. And unfortunately, in most of the attacks, after the bodies are counted, we could not find even one terrorist or one bandit. What does that tell you? It tells you the information ab initio about bandits being there is wrong. Here, I don't want to speculate. I don't know whether now in the body count, we have found bandits among the people. If we have found bandits, well, that will lay credence to the issue that, okay, there were bandits in the area. But still remember, I said the issue of proportion. It will not be fair, it will not be professional to say we killed 10 bandits and then we killed 100 villagers also. It doesn't make sense.
Now, what's the danger? Because earlier we played a report. You didn't see that report, but we spoke to some of the victims there, complaining badly, and some of them, essentially, literally criticizing the army of deliberately coming after them. You could sense their resentment now for the military. And so what's the danger for the Nigerian military now in its fight against insurgency and banditry when you have accidents like this, especially in terms of getting the cooperation of the local people on the ground to support that fight?
For me, as a former military man and now who is working in other aspects, you have raised the danger we are going to have. You see, if we don't handle this thing very carefully, on the other extreme, we may make the military so much demoralized, so much hated, that next time, instead of being proactive, you know, there is a balance between too hasty and then being too slow. Too slow is also not good enough. Too hasty without confirming information is also too bad. We want a middle distance where you receive information. So now, if we are too heavy on our military, you know, it may lower their morale. It may make the, like I see now, but I have told my military colleagues, some of them that I spoke, that look, people are feeling bad. There's nothing you have to do now. You have to allow tempers to cool down. People will say whatever they want to say. But we don't want a situation where we'll demoralize the military. At the same time, we will not be doing our duty as responsible people if we do not tell the military that there are things you are doing wrong and you need to improve on them. So between these two extremes, we try to tell the military, yes, people will feel bad, and there's the danger of even having the people not cooperating with the military. But I also want the people to understand that without the military, without the other security forces, whether police, keeping awake, you will not be able to sleep. So today, they spoil your day, they kill your relatives, but again, there are other days that they save the day. Like I said, the issue with this collateral damage is that you will do 99 strikes that succeeded. They will not be reported in the media. The one that you lost, it is there. But that is not to say, I put myself in the shoes of the people. I had a woman saying she lost a husband with 6 children. Yeah. Now, I mean, there's nothing you can do than to allow that woman to grieve and ventilate and say her situation. The only thing you can comfort her, and the government should pay compensation, which I see people are even debating. It's not an issue of debate. This is what happens in other countries. When security forces injure people, kill them, or destroy their properties, automatically the issue of compensation is there. It's not even something. In fact, it is not good for you to allow the people to go to court before you give them, because that pits them against the government, against the armed forces. You should quickly, I like the way the Nigerian army accepted. I like the way, but the issue of compensation, since we have been having this thing, you see, the problem, unfortunately for the Nigerian army, what is happening today is a culmination of a series of collateral damages that have been happening over the years. People have been stomaching them. In terms of disaster, in terms of number, this attack is not as high as the people that died in Iran.
Yes.
In January 2017.
Yes.
But like I said, it's a culmination of so many. I've seen many papers saying this is the 15th one. Some say this is the 9th one. Whatever. In my own calculation, I think we have had more than 10. I would do respect. We must say that the frequency is too high. Underline what I said. Even the law of armed conflict does not say that collateral damage will not happen. But collateral damage should happen after you have taken all due diligence. All due diligence. If it happens, that's why we have 3 types of collateral damage. There is the one that is a genuine accident. Genuine accident, underline genuine. That means if we check the situation, we'll see from planning, from confirming the information, from using what particular platform, from the selection of even the weapon you use, we can see extreme care was taken and then the accident still happened. That is a genuine accident. But then there is one that, you know, like I come back to my example. If you are pursuing 10 bandits in a village of 1,000 people and you go and drop, even without being told, right from when you are dropping, you yourself, you know that you are taking a very, very calculated risk. You are following 10 bandits into an environment with 10 people. So you see, that's why it will be difficult for you to say it was a mistake. Up initial, even if you lose the attack, even if, let's say if it's a room with 50 school children, and then she can enter the place, that's 50 plus 1, and you come and drop bomb on the classroom. So these are the issues. So in all honesty, we that know this thing, we will continue to call first on the citizens, including the people that lost, to please be not too harsh on the military, to understand, because tomorrow they will also be there to help you. But at the same time also, we call on government to do a very good independent investigation. Now, the purpose of investigation in this kind of thing is not even punishment. It's to ensure what is the root cause of this, where did we go wrong? Because I can tell you frankly, something went wrong. Either from, most likely from not corroborating information, and again, where you arrive there not checking. So what went wrong? So that you can change processes, you can change training so that it doesn't happen again. That is what government should need to do. For the military, they must also raise their game. The military profession is international. These steps I told you of planning of attack is what is taught in the UK, it's what is taught in Ghana, it's what is taught in US. There's no change there. So let's adopt these global best practices and ensure we minimize. If we do that, it is going to add value for the work that the military is doing. For now, they have to present their chin and receive whatever blows the people have to see. You don't kill people like that, and you don't expect people to react. I gave the example of that woman. What are you going to tell her? Are you going to tell her because it is military, she should not talk that they killed her husband and children?
Absolutely not.
It's not going to work like that. It's not going to happen, yes.
Absolutely not. Retired Group Captain Sadiq Garba Shehu, a private security consultant and expert trainer, collateral damage and rules of engagement. Thank you so very much for coming on our show and for these deep insights you've provided. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the president of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On DEJI360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
DEJI360, dissecting the issues.